PM at a battery factory in Coventry, desperate to get beyond his COVID roadmap. His big levelling up agenda stalled these past 18 months. Today, an attempt to restart it.
It's the mission of this government to unite and level up across the whole UK, not just because that is morally right, but because if we fail, then we are simply squandering vast reserves of human capital.
No plan today, rather a promise of one this autumn, and a pledge to his southern Conservative heartlands too.
We don't want to level down, we don't want to decapitate the tall poppies. We don't think that you can make the poor parts of the country richer by making the rich parts of the country poorer.
But his message on equality dented by the football racism row.
You talked in your speech about a moral duty to unite and level up our country, but over the past month, you and your ministers have stoked division, saying it was fans' choice to boo the team. For many people, your own record personally undermines your image as a unifying Prime Minister. What are you going to do to change that?
Obviously, I reject that, or disagree with it, I should say. And I think that as a society, what we need to do is understand that we've made progress in tackling racism, I would say, in my lifetime. A lot of progress. But I think we have to recognise that there's still a long way to go.
I don't think he's got a clue what's happening on the streets. It's the people that's doing all the talking and all the fighting about it.
Do you sometimes worry that he's actually stoking division in some of the language he uses, but also some of the actions of his own government?
I do wonder if it's the way the government do things, that they bring things up in such a way that it actually causes that division.
Labour calling out the PM for a lack of a plan.
Well, it's all soundbite and no substance, which is absolutely typical of this Prime Minister. He's given a speech on levelling up, which has got nothing in it. All last night and today, people have been saying there's bound to be something in this speech, and there's absolutely nothing.
In the wealthy Tory town of Marlow, support for levelling up, but not at their expense.
Somehow he's got to help the people at the bottom end without necessarily causing too much damage at the top end, which tend to be where the money is anyway, which trickles down to the bottom end.
At the end of the day, I think we're all better off by everyone being a bit better off, and I think that that's something that we should strive for as a country.
I think to be putting money into other areas to give people, well, let's call it privilege, to give people the same sort of opportunities can only be a really, really good thing.
Beyond Brexit, levelling up this PM's ambition for Britain, but ours still a divided country. And the question for this man is whether he wants to be the one who heals divisions or stokes them. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Coventry.